Hello, welcome back to Delectable You. Today is all about pesto because pesto is so good. Pesto on pizza, pesto on pasta, pesto on anything. It's so wonderfully delicious. You can smell the fresh basil, which is the base of the pesto, and I'm going to show you how to make it today. You might have your own recipe. This is how I do it. Let's get started. So as you can see, I've already taken 4 ounces of basil, which is about 4 cups. And I've ripped all the leaves off, gently, of course, gently. And I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to take a 1/4 cup of walnuts, a 1/4 cup of pine nuts, a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of salt, and a teaspoon of pepper, and 7 to 8 cloves of garlic. I'm going to put those in a food processor. If you don't have a food processor, pesto is a little bit harder to make without it. You could try a Vitamix, that would probably work, but a regular blender might not chop up the nuts the way you want them to get chopped up. So let's chop away. Garlic. See, I didn't mince it, it's still whole. You don't need to mince it because that, mama, is going to rip it apart. Pine nuts, walnuts, salt and pepper. Remember, I eyeball everything. And salt. And now you mix. So I just want to get a nice little paste going here. That looks good to me. Now I'm going to add my basil leaves. Again, I'm going to add them whole, just like that. Oh yeah. Okay. Before I start this, you need to make sure that you've got on hand a cup to a cup and a half of extra virgin olive oil, because we're going to turn this on and then slowly we're going to add the oil as it's going to incorporate with all of these ingredients. So let's go. So we've got a little guy who's hanging on for dear life. I'm really sorry, but you can't do that. Thanks. So I'm just going to use my spatula to get everything off the bottom and off the sides, but be careful because these blades are super sharp. And if you notice, I tore some of it off the spatula with these blades, so you gotta be really careful. Okay, our guy has decided to join his friends, and the last step in pesto is a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. If you're vegan and you don't want the cheese, you can leave it out, or you can use nutritional yeast, or you can use vegan Parmesan. It doesn't matter, it's totally up to you, but just add this in and pulse it until it's all incorporated. And you're done. Now you've got pesto, and it smells absolutely fantastic. It's this beautiful green color. It's very healthy, minus all of the oil. Don't have too much of it. Now all you need to do is use it right away or store it. If you're gonna store it, you can do one of 2 things. You can put it in an airtight container and then put a little bit of olive oil on the top, because you want to create a barrier between the pesto and the air. The air is going to oxidize it and make it brown and not very nice. If you don't want to do that with the oil, you can take plastic wrap and literally cover the pesto so that it's touching the pesto, again creating a barrier so the air can't get to the pesto, and then put your lid on top of that. Store it in the fridge for a few days, or put it in the freezer for up to 3 months and take it out whenever you want to use it. And that's it. That's how you make pesto. I'm going to go ahead and do something really special with this pesto right now, but you do whatever you want with yours, and I hope to see you again. This has been Lauren with Delectable You. Enjoy your pesto.